And today was day one of the trial examining the constitutionality of Ballot Measure 114 in the Harney Circuit Court. Before we get into the trial, here's a quick refresher of the measure. Measure 114 was approved by a narrow margin last November. The measure requires background checks and safety training for anyone who wants to purchase a gun. Measure 114 also bans large capacity magazines. Newswatch 12's Luke Doughton watched the first day of the trial and joins us live in studio. Luke, what happened in court today?
Well, Haley, so far it's just been those initial statements. The judge proceeding over this case is going to decide whether or not this ballot measure is legal under the Oregon Constitution. And specifically, it's already been looked at for the U.S. Constitution. And that article we're looking at in the Oregon Constitution, Article 1, Section 27. This section sets forward the rights of Oregonians to bear arms for personal protection and for protection of the state. The plaintiffs in the lawsuit are two Harney County residents and gun owners, Joseph Arnold and Cliff Asmussen. Arnold and Asmussen are suing Governor Tina Kotek, Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum, and Oregon State Police Superintendent Casey Cotting. Today, opening arguments were heard and some witnesses were called to the stand and cross-examined. Here is part of the opening statements from the attorneys for the plaintiffs.
Article 1, Section 27 was ratified as part of Oregon's original constitution on November 9th, 1857. 164 years, 364 days later, on November 8th, 2022, Ballot Measure 114 was passed. Plaintiffs contend that Ballot Measure 114 represents the most significant threat to that right Oregonians have faced in nearly 165 years.
Now let's hear from the defendants. Let's hear their opening statement.
In November, the people of Oregon passed the Reduction of Gun Violence Act, more commonly known as Ballot Measure 114. As you know, Ballot Measure 114 requires most Oregonians to obtain a permit to purchase a firearm. It also limits the capacity of firearm magazines to 10 rounds. Evidence in this trial will demonstrate that Measure 114 was a reasonable legislative response to the public safety concerns posed by firearms.
Now, as I already said, this case has already been heard on a federal level. U.S. District Court Judge Karen Immergut determined that the ballot measure was constitutional. The decision has been appealed and trial for that appeal has not happened yet. And again, the trial today was not whether it's legal under the U.S. Constitution, but whether it's legal under the Oregon Constitution. Reporting in studio, Luke Doughton, Newswatch 12.